Today, Judge Porter.
I'm not. There's a part of this puzzle that I'm not catching. Can you explain to me why this is in my courtroom today?
Several years ago, I almost lost my wife and my dog in a fire, and I felt like I needed to do something to give back as volunteer firefighters.
What it sounds like to me here is that there's a miscommunication somewhere.
Right from the start, you can hear it in the judge's voice: confusion. Not anger, not suspicion, just disbelief. And that's usually a sign that something is seriously wrong with the way this case even made it into a courtroom.
We're here for case number 2507, City of Menlo Park versus Kevin Dunn. Mr. Dunn, can you come forward, please? Good morning, Mr. Dunn.
Good morning, Judge.
I have been advised by the City of Menlo Park that they do not have a representative for this. They have sent me documentation to review on their behalf. They are suing you for $25,000.
$225,000. Let that sink in. That's not small claims. That's life-changing money. And all before we even hear what this man supposedly did wrong.
Understand why? I can't really understand why. I am a volunteer firefighter for East Menlo Park.
Okay, that part I got. Okay.
And
wait a minute. Which station house you work in? I'm just curious.
259.
Okay. 259. Is Captain Saunders still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know her quite well, but
Yeah,
but continue.
She's great. So I'm as I mentioned, a volunteer firefighter. I don't get paid to do this. But I was really motivated to get involved in my community because several years ago, I almost lost my wife and my dog in a fire. And I felt like I needed to do something to give back because the volunteer firefighters really came in and saved.
This is where the case stops being about paperwork and starts being about humanity. This man didn't volunteer for status or praise. He volunteered because someone once saved his family. That matters.
And so a few weeks back, I had a chance to give back to my community and was able to actually come in and respond to a fire. And we saved a family. We rescued a mom and her children. And as I was walking out, carrying one of the babies in my arms, the fire jumped from one house to the next. And I heard a dog barking in the backyard. And when I went over to investigate it and to try and see what was going on, I encountered a locked gate. Huge bolt on this gate. Not sure what he had in the backyard, but we couldn't open it. I couldn't climb over it. So I went back to my truck and grabbed an axe.
Imagine hearing a dog trapped behind a locked gate while a fire is spreading. You don't debate property damage in that moment. You act. Seconds matter. Lives matter.
And go in and rescue the dog.
Okay. It shows here that the lawsuit that's been placed against you is for this gate.
That's correct.
And I'm at a loss as to how someone figured that you.
And now the judge realizes it. This entire lawsuit is about a gate. Not recklessness. Not misconduct. A gate.
You said that you couldn't climb over the fence.
Correct.
Okay. I'm reading this and I don't see anything that you were out of line. Let me ask you this question. When the city was advising you, I'm pretty sure it went down to the chain of command of the fire department all the way down to you. Did anyone in the department decide that you deserved a written reprimand or maybe even some type of discipline, like days off or anything like that?
No, in fact, we got commendations.
This is devastating for the city's argument. No discipline. No reprimand. Only commendations. You can't praise someone one day and sue them the next.
But they were upset that you damaged the fence.
Yes.
Interesting. I'm still with the Menlo Park Police Department as a police officer. And there are times where being a public servant, you get this a lack of respect for the risk that you take. And I get it. One can make the argument, well, that's what they pay you for, and that is true. But there comes a time where you're like, well, there has to be an understanding that had I not done this, the disaster would have been this. And there's a saying that, and you've heard it before, going above and beyond. And people don't understand the above and beyond when you go above and beyond because you prevented a disaster from happening. He's only focused, oh, my gate, my fence, you destroyed it. And what it sounds like to me here is that there's a miscommunication somewhere within Mango Park's administrative services. It's like he made his complaint, and I don't think he made this complaint with the fire department. I think he made this complaint, I don't know, maybe with the mayor's office or whatever the case may be. And the complaint went down, but no one spoke to anyone from the fire department and says, no, this is what happened, because I'm looking at the...
This is a judge speaking not just as a judge, but as a public servant who understands risk. The kind of risk that never shows up on a paycheck.
The spikes at the top prevent people from climbing over, which is why we couldn't go
okay.
over.
All right. Okay.
But Judge, it sends a chilling message to other volunteer firefighters in the community that if we're going out and just simply doing our job, that we can be sued. I don't know what kind of a message that would send to other people that, like me.
He's absolutely right. If volunteer firefighters start hesitating because they're afraid of lawsuits, people die. It really is that simple.
Personal story that I had in my life with my wife and my dog, what it says to others.
Wow. I remember one time I had this one officer. He's dispatched to a domestic at a apartment, if I can remember correctly. He gets there, the window, he can look through they had like a sliding glass window at the door, and he sees it, and he sees that the guy's beating the wife, and he gets on the radio, and he says, I can see the guy's beating the wife. Do I have permission to break the glass? And I remember, because I wasn't there, but I remember hearing this. I'm like, he's asking me permission to go save someone's life? Are we at that point in society? And so I asked him, once everything was done, he did go in there and he did arrest the guy. I asked him, I said, why would you ask that question? You see what's going on. Well, I didn't want the guy to sue me.
That story about the officer asking permission to save someone's life? That's the chilling future we're talking about.
The fallout of a lawsuit rather than actually helping save a life? Is that where we are in society? So in reference to this lawsuit that's filed against you, I am going to the city of Mango Park. I'm going to dismiss their case. I'm going to get in contact with the mayor's office and see where the discrepancy happened, because there's obviously a miscommunication somewhere, because you should not be standing in my courtroom. If anything, had the city filed had they written you up or given you a reprimand, I'd be like, okay, they think that he violated policy somewhere. Okay, I can see why he's here. But other than that, there's absolutely nothing here to show that you acted with malice or in an improper way. So, like I said, the $25,000 case that the city has against you, I'm dismissing that, and you have a nice day, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you for your service.
Thanks so much.
Have a good day.